Hello, you guys. Today we are going to learn about the order of operations by Adi Gonzalez. Next slide. What is the order of operations? It's the order you follow to simplify a problem. We will be following the order of operations to simplify expressions. An expression that we would be using could be something that looks like this. 9 squared plus 2 times 4, the quantity of 2 times 4, divided by 4. Okay, we'll be solving those types of problems following the order of operations. It's the order of how you solve that. Which part of that expression do you solve first? That is what this lesson is all about. Next slide. The order of operations. An easy way to help remember the order of operations is to follow this upside down triangle. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to look for is any type of grouping symbol. And usually when you first start order of operations, you usually just have parentheses. Okay, parentheses are this symbol right here, parentheses like that. These are called braces, and these are called brackets. Okay, you usually won't see braces and brackets until like way later down the line, but they do happen. Okay, you just go in the order, and usually what the order is like this. You do, say if it goes like this. Okay, the brackets are the outer ones, the braces are inside, and the parentheses are in between that. That's usually how it goes. That's usually the order of it. Okay, but don't worry about it because you're not going to see much of the braces or the brackets. You're mainly going to see parentheses. So what this means is you always do what's inside the parentheses first. Okay. After the parentheses, the next thing you're going to want to look for are exponents. Anytime you see exponents like 5 squared, remember that means 5 times 5, so that would be 25. If you see 3 cubed, that's 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. Okay, because 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. Okay, so exponents, you want to do that next. Then you want to look for multiplication or division. Do you see how it says LR right here? That means you go left to right. Again, you go left to right. For instance, if I see 2 times 4 divided by 2, I have multiplication and I have division. But I want to go left to right. Whichever one is on the left side, that's the one I'm going to do first. So in this case, I would do the multiplication. Now, if I had it looking like this, I would do the division first because I have to go left to right. So I would do 8 divided by 4, which is 2, and then bring this down, and then I'll have 2 times 2, which equals 4. Okay. Now, once all the multiplication and division is done, then I'm going to go into adding and subtracting. Okay, I'm going to look for anything that's added or subtracted. And again, I do that left to right. So it doesn't matter if addition is to the left or if subtraction is to the left, you do whatever's to the left first. Okay. Just because I do an addition or subtraction, it doesn't mean that it's done forever. After every step, I always want to start back at the beginning. I want to look to see if there's parentheses anymore. I want to look to see if there's any more exponents. I want to look to see if there's any more multiplication or division, then adding or subtracting. Okay, something that will help you remember this order is this. PEMDAS stands for please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. A lot of people use this to help them remember the order. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P for parentheses, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, and A for addition, and S for subtraction. PEMDAS. Okay, PEMDAS. Okay, so if you want to make up your own acronym to help you remember the order of operations, feel free. Next slide. All right, so use this point right now to try to remember the order. Remember PEMDAS, PEMDAS. So parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and they're right next to each other to hopefully remind you that you go left to right. Addition and subtraction, make sure you go left to right. Okay, usually for all of these, you always go left to right, right? But multiplication, division, addition, subtractions are the most frequent ones that you're going to have to remember to go left to right. Okay. All right, next slide. Now let's start practicing these. So I have two examples right here. The first thing we're going to want to do is write out our acronym letters, PEMDAS. Okay. So I have this problem right here, 3 plus 4 times 6. Okay. I'm going to want to ask myself, do I see any parentheses? No, I don't see no parentheses. Do we see any exponents for this one? Nope, no exponents. Do I see any multiplication or division? Yes, I see multiplication. So let's do that part first. That's 4 times 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. Then I'm going to bring everything else down. So I'm left with 3 plus 24. Okay. Well, that's only one operation. There's addition there, so I know I could just add them up. But if I want to continue following the order of operations, I'll ask myself, do I see any parentheses? No. Do I see any exponents? No. Do I see any multiplication or division anymore? Nope. Do I see any addition or subtraction? Yes. Do my addition. 3 plus 24 is 27. Okay. Every time you do a problem, you should be writing PEMDAS down. Okay, it will help you remember that order. So let's look at the next one. 12 times 2 plus 9. Okay, let's write down PEMDAS so we remember. Remember, every time for each problem, you should be writing down PEMDAS. All right, our thinking should be like this. Do we see any parentheses? Nope. So I can move on to the next one. Do we see any exponents? Nope. So we can move on to the next one. Do we see any multiplication or division? Yep. I see 12 times 2. Because look, there's 12 times 2, and then there's 2 plus 9. But I have to do the order of operations, so I have to do multiplication first, because multiplication comes before addition or subtraction. Okay. So 12 times 2 is 24. Bring down the plus 9. Do one step at a time. Okay, well, there's only one operation left. It's addition, so I can add those. So that makes 33. And I could have asked myself, do I see any more parentheses, any exponents, any multiplication or division, addition or subtraction? Oh, addition. So do addition next. So it's just following that order. Next slide. All right, let's look at this example. All right, so let's write down PEMDAS. So I'm going to ask myself, do I see any parentheses? Yes. So do what's inside the parentheses first. It says 12 times 3. Okay. What multiplication's way down here? How come I'm doing multiplication? Because you have to do what's inside the parentheses first. That's what's first. Okay, so 12 times 3 is 36. Now I'm going to bring down everything else. I don't have those parentheses anymore because I just did what's inside of them. So now we have 7 plus 36 divided by 6. Okay, now at this point, I'm going to start back at the top. Do I see any parentheses? Nope. Do I see any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Yes, I see division. 36 divided by 6. So I got to do that first. So that's 6. Bring everything else down. And I'm left with 7 plus 6. Okay, but I can ask myself at the going back to the beginning, do I see any parentheses? Nope. Do I see any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Nope. Any addition or subtraction? Yes, addition. So I can add 7 plus 6, which is 13. Okay, at this point, have you noticed that everything simplifies down to one number? Remember this slide where it was an upside down triangle? This is why, because that's exactly how your work should look. It should look like an upside down triangle because it starts off really big, the expression, and you're simplifying it to one number in the very end. Okay, I even had a student call this a Dorito before. Okay, so after every problem that we did, we always drew triangles to remind ourselves, oh yeah, it's supposed to simplify to one number in the end. So feel free to do that if you want to. Okay, but it is a good reminder. All right, next slide. All right, let's look at this one together. What should be the first thing that I do? I should write down the acronym PEMDAS so I can remember. Okay, so let's ask ourselves, do we see any parentheses? No. What I'm doing right now is what you should be thinking every time you see the problem. Write down PEMDAS and then start asking yourself, do we see any parentheses? Nope. Do we see any exponents? Yes. 3 cubed, 3 to the power of 3, 3 raised to 3. That makes, let's see, 3 cubed means 3 times 3 times 3. So that makes 27. So that makes 27 here. Then I got to bring down everything else. Oops. Plus 8 minus 16. I just brought down everything else. Okay. So what I'm going to do from now on is, now that you know that we're bringing everything down, I'm just going to draw an arrow going down representing what I did last. Okay, just to help keep track of our work. All right, so now we have 27 plus 8 minus 16. So let's start back at the top. Do we see any exponents? Do we see any parentheses? Nope. Do we see any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Nope. Any addition or subtraction? Yes. But which one are we going to do first? 27 plus 8 or 8 minus 16? Remember, we go left to right. So we should do this one first because that's left. This one will be to the right. So we got to do 27 plus 8. What is 27 plus 8? 27 plus 8. What does that get us? That makes 35. Okay, 35. Then bring everything else down. Do you see this, what I'm writing right here? Those are called carets. Well, some people call them carets. They're just a way to show what you did last. Previously, I mentioned that I might be doing an arrow to show what I did before so that we can know, oh, where did 35 come from? Oh, it was from doing what we did right above it. Okay, but you can draw little arrows. You can draw these little lines. I usually do those little lines to show, oh, I grabbed all of this to make 35. Okay, it just shows what step you took. Okay, all right. Now we have 35 minus 16. This is just one operation. But we can start our thinking again and say, do we see any parentheses? No. Do we see any exponents? No. Do we see any multiplication or division? No. Do we see any addition or subtraction? Subtraction. 35 minus 16 is 19. All right, so we've done 4 examples already. The next example, I'm going to have you press pause as soon as you see it so that you can try it on your own, and then press play so you can check your work. Okay, all right, go ahead, press pause now. All right, so let's check our work for this one. PEMDAS. Got to write that down. So I'm going to ask myself, do I see any parentheses? Yes. So I'm going to do 1 plus 3, which is 4, and then bring everything else down. One step at a time. We need to see you doing one step at a time. If you're doing 2 steps at a time or more, you're going to get points knocked off because you're more likely to make a mistake. So one step at a time. Okay. All right, now I'm going to ask myself again, do I see any more parentheses? Nope. Do I see any exponents? Yes. 5 squared, that makes 25 because it's 5 times 5. Then bring everything else down. Okay. Then I'm going to ask myself, do we see any more parentheses? Nope. Do we see any more exponents? Nope. Do we see any multiplication or division? Yes. Hopefully you did not do 4 times 25 first. Hopefully you did 8 divided by 4, because remember, it's left to right. Whichever one is to the left first, that's the one you do for multiplication and division and for addition and subtraction. Okay, so 8 divided by 4, you have to do this one first, is 2. Then bring everything else down. Okay. Then I'm going to ask myself, do I see any more parentheses? No. Do we see any more exponents? No. Do we see any multiplication or division? Yes, multiplication. 2 times 25 is 50. Then minus 2. 50 minus 2 is 48. Okay, if you got that wrong, I'm thinking it has to do with the left to right part in this section. Maybe you did 4 times 25 and got 100. Just try keeping that in mind. Left to right, left to right. All right, for the next slide, I'm going to go ahead and have you press pause once you see the next one so that you can practice it on your own again. Okay, for this one. Next slide. All right, go ahead and press pause and then come back to check your work. Go ahead. All right, so I'm going to write PEMDAS. Let's see. All right, do we see any parentheses? Nope. Exponents? Yes. 5 squared is 25. Bring everything else down. Okay, do we see any parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Yes, but left to right. So you should do 100 divided by 25 first, and that makes 4. Then bring everything else down. All right, any parentheses? Nope. Exponents? Nope. Multiplication or division? Multiplication. Okay, so 7 times 3 made 21, and then I just have addition left, and that makes 25. All right, next slide. All right, go ahead and press pause, try this one, and then press play to check your work. Go ahead, press pause. All right, PEMDAS. All right, parentheses, do that first. 6, 7, 8, 9. Bring everything else down. Okay, now I'm going to ask myself, do I see any parentheses anymore? Nope. Do I see any exponents? Nope. Do we see any multiplication or division? Yes, there's division and multiplication, but we got to go left to right. Both of these ones left to right. Well, I should say all 4. Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, those ones go left to right. So 45 divided by 9 is 5. Then bring down times 3. 5 times 3 is 15. All right, next slide. All right, I want you to go ahead and press pause and try this one. Test yourself, see if you can get it. Go ahead, press pause now. All right, so PEMDAS, write it all down. All right, so parentheses. Yep, I see parentheses. So 4 plus 2 is 6 times 4 squared minus 2, and this is 12 divided by all that. Okay, now, do we see any more parentheses? I got to start back at the top. Do we see any more parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Yes. 4 squared makes 16. Bring everything else down. Okay, now ask myself, do I see any more parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Nope. Multiplication or division? Yes, but which one first? 12 divided by 6 or 6 times 16? Left to right, so this one first. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Bring everything else down. Now start back at the top. Any parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Nope. Multiplication or division? Yes, multiplication. So 2 times 16 is 32. Minus 2. 32 minus 2 is 30. Okay. All right, next slide. All right, go ahead and press pause and try this problem, and then come back when you're done to check your work. Go ahead. All right, so I'm going to write down PEMDAS. Okay, so I got to do what's inside the parentheses first. 6 minus 5 is 1. Then bring everything else down. Make sure that you're writing your pluses and multiplication symbols correctly so that you don't get them confused on which one's which. Okay. All right, I did my parentheses, so let me see. Are there any more parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Yes. 2 to the third power. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So that's 8. So bring everything else down. Okay. All right. Now, are there any more parentheses? Nope. Any more exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Yes. And it's funny because look at the way I wrote PEMDAS. I've been writing it like this the whole time. The MD next to each other and the AS. Okay. Just to help remember left to right, left to right. Okay, so there is multiplication. So 1 times 4 is 4. Bring everything else down. Okay. Any parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Nope. Any addition or subtraction? Yes, but I go left to right. So do this one first. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus 3. 12 plus 3 is 15. Okay. And I've been forgetting to draw my Dorito. Let me go back to the next one. Okay, helps remind us that it's all being simplified. So I'm just going back and drawing these all out. It's not needed, but it's nice to see that we're organizing our work. Okay. All right, example 10. Go ahead and try this one. Test yourself. See if you can get it. Quiz yourself right now. Okay, take your time. One step at a time. All right, go ahead, press pause. Come back when you're done to check your work. All right, welcome back. Let's write PEMDAS down. Every time we do one of these, we should always write PEMDAS. Okay, so I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses first. Okay, 4 cubed minus 50. Oh, I have exponents and subtraction. So what am I going to do first? I need to do my exponents first. Because when you're inside the parentheses, you should still follow the order of operations. I don't see any more parentheses inside. And I see exponents, so I have to do that one first. So 4 cubed. 4 times 4 times 4 equals 64. So that's 64 minus 50. But that's still inside the parentheses. Okay, I'm not done with the parentheses because I haven't simplified it to one number yet. Okay, once I simplify it to one number, then I can get rid of those parentheses, but I haven't yet. Okay, so I have to keep going inside, keep doing whatever's inside the parentheses. So 64 minus 50 equals 14. Now I can get rid of those parentheses. So then I have 28 divided by 14 times 2 minus 3. Okay, so even though you do the parentheses, you still have to do the order of operations inside the parentheses if there's more than one operation. In this case, there's exponents and subtraction. Okay, you got to simplify it to just one number, okay, to get rid of those parentheses. All right, so let's ask ourselves, are there any more parentheses now? Nope. Are there any more exponents? No. Are there any multiplication or divisions? Yes. Left to right. So 28 divided by 14 is 2. Now bring everything down. Times 2 minus 3. Okay, now ask ourselves, are there any more parentheses? No. Any more exponents? No. Multiplication or division? There's multiplication. So 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3. There's only one operation, subtraction, and it's just 1. Okay, so all of that, this big, long expression turned into one little number, 1. I did not plan that. That's pretty cool. All right. The next slide that you're going to do is a pretty big challenge because it has brackets and multiple parentheses. Okay, I want to see if you can do that one. You're not really going to see problems like that for this grade level, but I may give it to you as extra credit. You never know. Could be on a quiz or on the homework as extra credit. So challenge yourself, see if you can do it. Just try it out. Okay, it's our last problem for this lesson. Okay, go ahead and press pause and try it. All right, welcome back. So let's see if you got this right. I'm gonna go through this a little fast. All right, so parentheses, I see brackets and I see parentheses. So I gotta do what's inside the brackets first. So, and I gotta go left to right. There's two parentheses, but which one to do? Left to right. Okay, so I'm gonna do 4 times 2, which is 8. Okay, then bring everything else down. Okay, I still have this in parentheses, so I'm gonna do that. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And I still have plus 8. Okay, while I'm doing this, I should be bringing everything else down like this. Okay, so 10 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2 to the 5th minus that. So 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, so now I'm going to have this. Let me make sure I wrote that down correct. I just brought everything down. Yep, all right. Then at this point, I do exponents. 2 to the 5th power is 32. Okay. Then at this point, no parentheses, no exponents, but there's multiplication division. So I'm going to do this first. 10 divided by 2 is 5 times 1 plus 32 minus 10. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 32 minus 10. Oh, I'm not going to have much room. 5 plus 32 is 35, 36, 37. So 37 minus 10. And that makes, oops, I should not write equal sign. 37 minus 10 is 27. So hopefully you got 27. Okay. All right. So that was our lesson on order of operations. Hopefully that made sense. If not, come talk to me. Have a great rest of day. Thank you to the interpreter who's interpreting this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.